Every morning you wake up, and whether you know it or not, you step onto a battlefield. No gunfire, no smoke, no rallying cries. But the war, it's very real, and the casualties are everywhere. Dreams abandoned, potential wasted, souls numbed by comfort. The enemy isn't out there. It doesn't wear a uniform. It doesn't knock at your door. It lives in your mind, and it whispers, "You're not ready. You're not good enough. Why even try?" This war is silent. There are no battle cries, no medals, no news coverage. But it's happening right now, inside you. You're not fighting people. You're fighting procrastination. You're fighting insecurity. You're fighting that part of yourself that wants to stay comfortable, even if it means never growing. It shows up in the little moments. When you hit snooze, when you scroll instead of build, when you tell yourself, tomorrow, just not today. The voice that holds you back sounds innocent, but it's strategic, calculated. It knows your weaknesses. It speaks your language. And its greatest weapon? Distraction. Not pain, not fear, just a slow, invisible erosion of your focus. And that is what makes it so dangerous. We've been conditioned to chase comfort, to seek ease, to pursue a life free from discomfort. But let me tell you a hard truth. Comfort is not your friend. It's the velvet cage, soft on the outside, but it locks you in. You think you're okay because nothing hurts. But that numbness you feel, that restlessness in your chest, that's your soul screaming for more. More meaning, more growth, more purpose. The modern world won't challenge you unless you ask for it. It'll hand you entertainment. It'll feed you cheap dopamine. It'll say, relax. You deserve this. And while you're binging, scrolling, avoiding, time keeps ticking. The days keep passing. And your dreams? They don't die in one moment. They die in 1,000 tiny choices. There are moments in life, quiet, ordinary moments, that determine who you become. Not the big speeches, not the once-a-year goals, but the moment you decide to show up when no one is watching. That's when you change. When you go to the gym even though you're tired. When you sit in silence instead of numbing out. When you write the first page even though it's not perfect. Those moments, they don't make headlines, but they build something real inside you. Discipline, focus, fire. You won't see the results in a day, but over time, they transform you into someone unrecognizable, not because you got lucky, but because you fought when it was hard, when it was boring, when it felt like nothing was changing. That's the war, and that's how you win. No one's coming to save you. No one's handing out meaning. The world doesn't owe you fulfillment, and that's not a curse. That's a gift, because it means you don't have to wait. You can decide right now to be your own rescue. There will always be reasons to wait, excuses to make, people to blame, but none of that builds you. Only action does, and action doesn't need motivation. It just needs 1 second of courage. That's it. 1 second of saying, I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm done being controlled by fear. I'm ready to fight back. And the moment you say that, the war starts to shift. The world isn't changed by noise. It's changed by quiet acts of defiance. By the person who wakes up early to build. By the one who chooses effort over ease. By the soul that keeps rising, even when no one's watching. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be willing. Willing to be uncomfortable. Willing to be consistent. Willing to lose short-term pleasure for long-term peace. Because every battle you win, every time you choose growth over comfort, you don't just change yourself. You inspire others to do the same. You become the kind of person the world quietly admires, not because you shout, but because you live differently. You carry scars, but also strength. And in your silence, there's something louder than words: integrity. So tomorrow, When the war begins again, fight. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Your life is the battlefield, and you are the warrior.